levels deep. And Nelson, I want to say something real fast. One of the great things about KW, obviously husband and wife teams share a cap, right? And you guys get to stack your profit share, meaning everybody you sponsor to KW should go under your wife or whoever. Mama, you come here, whoever is the production's being run through, you put that person under the other person so that your spouse makes profit share off of your business, and then everybody you add to KW, you both are making money off of. Does that make sense what I'm saying? That's why husband and wife teams, we're the best place for husband and wife teams, in addition to everything else we're talking about.
And you throw in your daughter.
What's that?
I threw my daughter in there too.
Yeah.
They're both above me.
Well, good, excellent. Did you do that like in the spirit of the system?
Because my OP told me.
Okay. All right, here we go. So at Keller Williams, you have a potential profit share trade to 7 levels deep. Here are the percentages. 50% on the first, 10% on the second, 5% on the third, 5% on the fourth, 7.5% on the fifth, 10% on the sixth, 12.5% on the seventh, okay? All 7 levels will add up to 100%, okay? Now we're gonna go right at it that of course Keller Williams is a pyramid scheme, right? And what I try to remind people are that pyramid schemes are illegal. They are illegal. We're the largest company on this planet. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say we're not an illegal company. Does it cost any money to participate in profit share besides your annual vesting fee? No. Only about 25 to 30% of our agents even participate in it. If it was a pyramid scheme, wouldn't we all be participating in it? And I hope today we've established if you never make a cent profit share, it's still the best place to be at. Yes? Oh, by the way, one of the big myths about profit share is you have to be one of our founding agents to really take advantage of it. I'll just tell you right now, I could not disagree more with that statement. Our founding agents had to convince people we were even a legitimate business model for a real estate company. We got to do that today? No. Oh, by the way, in the history of this company, we've given back over $1.2 billion in profit share we've given back to our agents. That's pretty impressive, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what's more impressive than that, John? I guarantee you we'll give back more than that in the next 6 years. 36 years for 1.2 billion, 6 years for the next. And the best part about it is we're still the best kept secret in our company and the industry. You wait. You just wait until the secret gets out. Now, let me take you through an example. You can see how it works. You can attract an agent to anywhere Keller Williams has an office in North America. They come to KW for the sake of this conversation. I am going to say they do $1 million in sales in a month, okay? Don't focus on that big round number. I'm just using a big round number to make that work, but that's not crazy talk, is it? $1 million in sales in a month, okay? Average commission is 3%. That recruit you brought to KW just generated $30,000 in gross commission income. Now you guys understand that if this recruit you brought to KW has paid their cap out, they're going to keep 100% of that commission. They will not be giving any money to their office till their year starts over again, right? You with me? So this example is pre-cap. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So doesn't that mean everybody's valued the same in the eyes of profit share too, right? First year cappers worth exactly the same amount of money as a $20 million agent, right?
Right.
Now, do we not just love mega agents at Keller Williams? Nelson, we love mega agents, man. Oh God, mega agents, you bring other mega agents, you bring market share and listings, and God, you guys make us feel so warm and fuzzy inside, okay? The problem is, you can sometimes be a pain in the butt to recruit, okay? You know what's great about new agents? They turn into mega agents, and they say thank you when they get off the phone, okay? Let me throw a couple names out here. Anybody know Liz Landry, Matt's Bold Tech coach out of Jacksonville? I don't know if anybody knows that name. She's got a huge team in Jacksonville, teaches Bold Tech. I sponsored her to KW as a brand new agent 14 years ago. Anybody know Josh Anderson out of Nashville, Tennessee? I mean, this kid is like Gary's protege. He's got a 16-person mega agent team in Nashville. He's in mega agent expansion. He did $100 million last year. I sponsored Josh Anderson to KW as a brand new agent. Now he's got to be a top 100 agent at KW. I did mention my recruit has sponsored the most people in the history of Keller Williams, yeah? I sponsored him to KW as a brand new agent off of a free Craigslist ad, which I always remind him about. You know the best thing about all 3 of those people is? Wait for it. It's coming. Oh yeah. None of them's older than 40. How many years will they cap at KW? How many people will they attract in their 30, 40-year career? Here's my point. You don't feel comfortable going after these mega agents or these experienced agents? Go find the leaders of this industry 5 years from now that are not in the business yet. You get one of these young gun tech-savvy millennials in your downline, your great grandkids will be chanting your name on the 21st of the month. And one reason I know I'll be the number 2 profit share earner in KW someday, because my recruit will be number 1. Not only is my entire tree in my top 5 levels, the average age of my tree is 35 to 40 years old. I am just getting started. Yes? Now back to this example. This recruit is not capped. They're going to keep 64% of that. They're going to give 6% to KWRI until that hits 3,000, then that's capped. And they're going to contribute 30% to their office. In this example, that recruit just contributed $9,000 in company dollar to their office. Let's say that their office that month brings in $90,000 in company dollar from all the agents, and we're going to say the expenses that month were $50,000. So that market center that recruit was in had a $40,000 profit that month. You with me? Now, are we worried somebody's cooking the books here or manipulating the numbers?
No,
Why do we say
we're open book.
Open book. And John, who makes the decisions on where that's being spent?
The LC.
Right, these are bigger conversations than this equation. And just to make sure you're following me, if that number is 0, the equation ends, yeah? Culture starts with profit share. This is why we share ideas. Now hold on tight, it's going to get a little crazy in here. I want you to understand this conceptually. There's a 3-tiered payout when an office is profitable. Here's the payout. From 0 in profits in a month to X dollars in profit in a month. It's only 25% goes to the agents, 75% goes to the owners. From X to Y in profit in a month, it's 35% to the agents, 65% to the owners. Everything over Y in profit in a month, which is $11,240 in profit, 50-50. What you need to hear from what I just said is the more profitable this market center is, the greater percentage of the profits go back to the agents. Culture starts with profit share, okay? Now I look at owner profit company Y. I look at agent profit company Y. Personally, I'm comfortable with saying, on average, 55% to the owners, 45% to the agents. You do the math, 22,000 in profits to the owners, 18,000 in profits to the agents. Now, what is so terrible about a real estate company where the agents have all the capital investment, all of the risk, all of the liability? They're giving back almost the same amount of profits to the agents who have no capital investment, no risk, no liability. Just think about it. What better way to grow a real estate company than to reward your customers for growing it? My guess is they'll keep doing business with you and probably be more than likely to buy into culture if they're invested financially, right? Now, when you guys get profit share, you should get a statement, which will eventually be electronic at some point, but it'll say, hey, this agent on your first level, they contributed that amount of money to their market center, and then you're going to see a percentage next to that number. I just want you to understand this conceptually. That percentage is called the profit share factor. Every office calculates it every month by taking the amount of money that month going back to the agents. In this example is 18,000. They divide it by company dollar, which is 90,000. In this example, that market center had a 20% profit share factor. Just trust me, that's how it works. Here's how you make money. The agent you brought to that office contributed $9,000 in company dollar. Their market center had a 20% profit share factor. That recruit you brought to KW just generated $1,800 in agent profit share. Since you sponsored them to KW, you just made 50% of that. You just made $900 for doing nothing. Now with an $18,000, $20,000 cap, my guess is the average cap on your first level in these market centers got to be worth what? $2,000, $2,500 a year? Okay? Every year. The person that sponsored you, that recruit is on their second level, they make 10% and so forth and so on. Now look guys, I'm 5 minutes away from being done. I deliberately drew this showing your tree going down, but the truth is profit share money flows up. Imagine I'm this recruit. You brought me to KW, Nelson, okay? I generate $1,800 in profit share, right? That money goes 7 levels above me. If your wife sponsored me, she'd make 50%. If you sponsored your wife, you'd make 10% off of me. The person that sponsored you would make 5%, right? So that money's going 7 levels above me for rewarding the 7 agents that brought me to KW. Just to make a point here really fast, I want to make sure everybody in this room understands, you ain't paying your sponsors profit share. Do we all get that? The owners of your market center are. You get that, right? And so here's a heads up for everybody. Sponsorship and mentorship have nothing to do with each other, okay? Profit share is a reward for growing KW. Now, do not mistake what I'm saying is you don't want to make a difference in your recruit's life. Of course you do. You're vested in their success, but I want to be very clear. Your sponsors owe you nothing. They earn every cent they make in profit share by introducing you to Keller Williams. I have not heard from my sponsor in 10 years. I'm going to make her and generations of her family millions of dollars. And you know what? I don't need to hear from her. She earns every cent she makes, and I am the one that is grateful. Look what I've become. And I'm going to tell you right now, when people in this company start tethering sponsorship and mentorship together, you're diluting our model. We're all vested in everybody's success. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you've been with KW for 3 years and 1 day, you're vested for the rest of your life. All you got to do is pay a $25 annual vesting fee. You guys can leave KW, go to another company, keep sponsoring agents, and the day you die, you can will this to your kids, to charity. It's a willable asset, right? Think about the legacy that could leave, right? And, you know, guys, remember when I told you on my website, I asked people, have you ever spoken to anybody at KW previously? You know that 4 times in the last 14 years, I got a lead through my website. They said they knew somebody. I went to go look them up. Unfortunately, they had passed away, but they were vested retired at KW, and I helped their estate sponsor that person to KW. Now, that is not just a story about how great I am. It's a story about how you can sponsor people from the grave at Keller Williams, all right? Work that $25 vesting fee into your will today. Okay, it's been a long day. Will this guy ever shut up? Yep, right now. But can we finish strong? Yeah?
Yep.
Are you guys ready for the big finish? Just give me something.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Here we go. Imagine somebody you trusted and respected. They came to you and they said, hey man, I got a super hot stock tip for you. And you're right now one of only 170,000 people that have the option to buy this stock. This company is now the #1 company in their industry. They did it in only 35 years without spending a cent marketing themselves. They have 0 debt. They're going to give back over $1 billion to their shareholders in the next 5 years. And they're about to go through the biggest growth spurt in the history of their company with a shifting market. And they're still the best kept secret in their industry. And you know what the best thing about this stock is? It's absolutely free. And I am the guy that is here today to tell you, if you don't want to start thinking about building wealth through KW Profit Share like buying stock in this company, you're going to miss out on probably one of the biggest wealth building opportunities of your lifetime. I believe to my core, this is Google, this is Facebook, this is Amazon, the real estate industry. Like I said before, whether you get it or not is absolutely irrelevant. We will continue to steamroll through this industry and across this planet with or without you. The only question is, do you want your hashtag unfair share? Because I'll tell you right now, you don't want it, I will be more than happy to take it. And I am done. Thank you so much, guys.